What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Jackal Gold Kit Games. And in this video, I'm going to be doing a paid request for Larry the Batman fan, so shout out to him. Much appreciation to him for the paid request. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel, link in the description. So what Larry wanted me to do is a video talking about my top 15 PlayStation 2 games. So the PlayStation 2 is a really good system, one of my favorites. I would say my second favorite behind the Xbox 360, which is my favorite of all time. Probably have some videos eventually, maybe explaining why the 360 is my favorite console of all time, but the PS2 is really good. So I put a list together of my top 15 PlayStation 2 games. Now, some of these games are games that were on PS2, but I played them on other platforms. But I asked Larry about this, like, can I include certain games that are on PS2, but I didn't play on there, but other platforms? He said I could, so that's why some of these games I won't have PS2 versions for. And then some of these games I just don't own anymore, unfortunately. So let's get started with this. Number 15 choice is going to be Silent Hill 2, which I have it via the Silent Hill HD collection, thanks to Larry the Batman fan. Now, the reason Silent Hill 2 wouldn't be a lot higher on this list is because I didn't grow up with the Silent Hill series. I didn't play it growing up, so I don't have like nostalgia or attachment to it. Whereas a lot of the other choices on this list, I have lot more history with them. I'm pretty new to Silent Hill. 2024 is like my first time playing the Silent Hill series. But Silent Hill 2 is a really good game. I think it's a really good survival horror game. It's got really good music. It's a really fun game to play. It's got a very interesting story. James Sunderland's a very interesting character. The twist in the game was really well done. It's definitely the best Silent Hill game in the series. It's really good. Hell of a game that came from the sixth generation and that came from PS2. Such a good game. Really good survival horror game. Like the setting, the music, like I said. Really good gameplay, really interesting characters, especially some of the other characters you interact with, and just a really good game and awesome overall. And the bonus content from Restless Dreams they did with Maria's campaign is really good too. Now, unfortunately, the HD collection, it really isn't all that great. I mean, it's playable, but it's not like a proper version of the PS2 edition, but it's the only way to play it. So yeah, Silent Hill 2 is number 15. Awesome survival horror game. I would like to try out the remake one day if I ever get around to getting a PS5, that's for sure. So I'm gonna start getting into some games I don't own anymore. My number 14 choice is gonna be Crash Bandicoot Tag Team Racing. Crash Bandicoot Tag Team Racing was a really good game. Definitely one I really enjoyed playing a lot on the PlayStation 2. I liked how it was a mixture of a platformer and a racer. You could do some racing, but you could also do platforming. And I remember it being just a very fun game. I remember playing that a lot on the PlayStation 2, and I thought it was a really fun game. And I feel like those kind of games make racing more interesting because I'm not really a fan of your standard NASCAR, like just general racing type games. They're not ones I really play like that. And I feel like games like Crash and stuff, when they do a mascot style of it, it makes it more interesting. So that's my number 14 choice, Crash Bandicoot Tag Team Racing. Really good game. I haven't played it in a very long time, so I can't remember everything about it, but I remember it being a pretty awesome game. Number 13 choice is going to be Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex, which is also another good Crash Bandicoot game on PlayStation 2. Really good platformer, really fun to play. I remember it being enjoyable to play. I remember the one level from that game, the winter type stage. I definitely remember that one a lot. It was an awesome game, good levels, fun platformer. One of the best Crash Bandicoot games, and was just really fun to play on the PlayStation 2, and was a really good one. I need to re-get that game again one day and revisit it because I don't own it anymore. And it's been a very long time since I played it, but it is a really good game and a really good platformer. I like it. So that's my number 13 choice, Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex. My number 12 choice is going to be Tekken 5. Tekken 5 is a really good game. Definitely an awesome fighting game. It was the first Tekken game I played. It has a really good roster of characters, a really cool art style. It's got really good music in the game. I love the music that plays in the character selection screen. It's awesome. It's got really good story modes. I love how they do the story modes in that game. Each character you play as, you basically play as them and you get like really cool endings. Like I remember Marduk's ending. He was beating up the two boxers in the ring and he was ripping the wrestling boxing ring cords that go around the ring. He was ripping them apart. Marduk was, I think, my favorite or one of my favorite characters from Tekken 5. And then Paul's ending was cool. He was doing some stuff at his dojo and aliens were coming to invade Earth. There's just a lot of cool endings in that game that was really awesome. I remember there was one where Heihachi and Jinpachi and Jin were tied to a rocket. It was going to get shot out of Earth. I think it was Kazuya's ending, if I'm not mistaken. Just had a lot of really cool endings, fun gameplay, cool roster of characters, really cool voice acting, awesome music, great story modes with really cool endings. That was just an awesome game. I also like the re-release Dark Resurrection with extra content. And I also liked the mode in Tekken 5 where you could like walk around as Jin and beat up characters. I can't remember what the name was, but yeah, that's my number 12 choice, Tekken 5. Really good game. That's like the main Tekken game I played the most. I also played Tekken Tag Tournament, but I haven't played all the other ones, but I think Tekken 5 is definitely the best one. So that's my number 12 choice. My number 11 choice is going to be Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights is a great game. Definitely the best Scooby-Doo game they made. Really fun platformer, great voice actors. They got the voice actors from the show. Fun platformer to play, good visual style, good gritty tone. Just very awesome game. I enjoyed playing it a lot as a kid. I grew up on the Scooby-Doo cartoon, so definitely a lot of nostalgia for it. It was one of my favorite cartoons growing up, and this was an awesome game. I had it back in the day. I need to re-get it again or revisit it because it was a really good game. I liked most of the Scooby-Doo games they made, honestly. Unmasked wasn't as good as this one, but I still like that one. But yeah, that's my number 11 choice, Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. Great game. It'd be cool to see them do something with this and the other Scooby-Doo games, like a remaster, if done right, or like a remake or something. That'd be interesting. So my number 10 choice is going to be 50 Cent Bulletproof. 50 Cent Bulletproof is a great game. I played that one a lot as a kid. I love that game. It's a great third-person shooter. You play as 50 Cent, and they kind of do that story of him getting shot 9 times. You also have other rappers appear in the game, like Lloyd Banks and G-Unit members, Tony Yayo, Young Buck. You also have, I think, DJ Who Kid in the game, I think. And then you have Dr. Dre in the game as well. Eminem's in the game as well. And there's actually a mode in that game where you can play as Eminem and the other characters, which is really cool because you can play as some of the bosses. Like I remember the final boss you fight, it's like a certain military guy. I think he had like gray hair or something. And you could play as him in the mode. And what was cool is that 50 Cent's music and other music that he was associated with would play in that game. And it was just a very fun third person shooter, as a big fan of rap and, 50 Cent being a good rapper and like an Eminem and stuff in that era of hip hop and it was a game right for me, that's for sure. So it was just a really fun third person shooter. It had a really good soundtrack made for it too that 50 Cent made. Just a really awesome game. I never got to play 50 Cent Blood in the Sand, but I would like to one day. It'd be cool if 50 Cent made a new game. I wish him and Eminem would make some kind of like duo game where you can play as both of them or something. But that's my number 10 choice, 50 Cent Bulletproof. That's a really good game. Number 9 choice is going to be Samurai Warriors 2, and I'm also going to include Samurai Warriors 2 Extreme Legends. Now, I couldn't find my copy of Samurai Warriors 2 because I did have the game, but when I was moving, somehow the case got broken into pieces, but I still have the disc, but I just don't know where it's at. But Samurai Warriors 2 is a really good game. I played it on Xbox 360. That's the platform I played it on, and it's a really good game, one of the best Warriors games. It has a really good roster of characters. It has really cool story modes that I really enjoyed playing. The XL content in that game was really cool, being able to play as some of the new characters they introduced, like Toshie Maeda, Katsui Shibata, and some returning characters. The game has really good music. The English dub in it grew on me, but I still like SW1's English dub the most. But the English dub in Samurai Warriors 2 to grow on me. Fun hack and slash gameplay, cool visual style, and great roster of characters, just a fun hack and slash game to play. And it was interesting going through all the story modes of the game, of all the characters and stuff. It was really fun to do. And yeah, just a really good game. And the XL content was good. It's back when Warriors game actually had English dub, and I feel like it was back when Koei Tecmo was really in their prime. Or was it when they were just Koei before they made the merge? I can't quite remember. But it was a really good game. It'd be cool to see this get a re-release, much like the other Warriors games. So yeah, that's my number 9 choice, Samurai Warriors 2. Really good game. Number 8 choice is going to be Warriors Orochi 2. Warriors Orochi 2 is a great game. It's really good. Now, the only issue with this game is that if you're playing split screen, there's a really bad slowdown. But other than that, this is a really good game. It's a follow up to Warriors Orochi 1. It's basically Dynasty Warriors meets Samurai Warriors. It's both of the franchises combined, characters meeting each other. And this was a good follow-up to Warriors Orochi 1 because it has more content. It's got an extra costume in there for the characters, not just a color palette like the first one. They have the dream mode in there, which is pretty cool. Really fun game to play. Really good hack and slash game, and yeah, I would definitely say the best Warriors Orochi game. Though if Warriors Orochi 3 had an English dub, it probably would beat this one maybe. But this is definitely the best one. Good roster of characters. Warriors Orochi 2 had some cool stuff they included in this game, like characters like Sun Wukong, Himiko, Fushi, Nuwa. They included some really cool characters in this one. I do wish we would have gotten a proper re-release of this with the extra content though, because there's a version of this game that came out in Japan that had extra costumes, extra characters and stuff, and they never released it in the US because of poor sales or something. They canceled it, but it came out on the PSP. PSP edition has more content, but this is the best console version in terms of like visuals. But yeah, this game has really good campaigns. You know, you have Orochi X in there as well as a new character, awesome new characters, and just basically like a better version of Words What You Want. Kind of similar to Words What You Want, but just like a better version of it. And it's a really good hack and slash game. And yeah, it's really good. Honestly, it's a really good one. Yeah, one of the one of the best Warriors games. It'd be cool to see them re-release this among the other Warriors games as well. Yeah, this is a really good game. Warriors Orochi 2 I do like. It's a awesome hack and slash game. Yeah, that's my number 8 choice. So my number 7 choice is going to be Samurai Warriors 1. I'm also going to include Samurai Warriors Extreme Legends as well. This is a really good game. I was blown away by it. This is still my favorite Samurai Warriors game because it's very similar to Dynasty Warriors 4 in terms of having like a very gritty style to it. I love the gritty style this game has. It's awesome. It's got the best voice acting for a Samurai Warriors game. The start of a really good series, fun hack and slash game. I enjoyed playing the story modes and the campaigns of each character. It also had really cool alternate costumes you could unlock. And what's interesting is EA is a publisher of this game. It says it on the back, Electronic Arts. So that's kind of interesting. And the Extreme Legends content was really cool too because they introduced Tadagatsu Honda, Ina, Hideyoshi, and then Yoshimoto. And personally, this Hideyoshi, if you see him on the back, this is my favorite version of Hideyoshi because he's a lot more sinister and evil. Whereas in later games, he's a lot more kind of doofy and happy-go-lucky. But I prefer Hideyoshi from Samurai Warriors 1, just a lot more interesting to me. And just a really good gritty game, really awesome music in this game, and definitely the best one. And just was really fun to play. I enjoyed playing as all the characters in their story modes. And yeah, it was really good, honestly. It was amazing. I really enjoyed my time with it. It'd be cool to see this get re-released or remastered, much like the other Warriors games, because this is a really good one. So, and I just like how a lot of characters, like everybody got their own campaign, and people that you know, they don't go for the realism shit of like, oh, certain characters have to die here. Like Shingen gets to live past where he's supposed to die. Yoshimoto gets to live past where he's supposed to die. I like that stuff. It's really cool. It's interesting, and it's how they should always do the Warriors games because I think it's too linear and small when you just have it be like, okay, this is how it went in history, so that's how it's gonna go. That's kind of what they do a lot more in the new Warriors games, and I'm not really a fan of that as much. But yeah, that's my number 7 choice, Samurai Warriors 1. Really good game. Number 6 choice is going to be Def Jam Vendetta. I tried to say it how they say it in the game. Really good game. Awesome fighting game. Kind of underrated. It's not talked about as much as Def Jam Fight for New York. I mean, Fight for New York is the best one, but this is still really damn good. It's the start of Def Jam, a good wrestling type game. You have really good rap music in it. You have really good rappers in there. Like you have DMX, you have Scarface, you have Method Man, you have Joe Budden, you have Dub C. You got all kinds of rappers in here. Ludacris is in this game. It shows some of them on the back. This is a really good game. I like the story mode. You play as like these generated characters they give you that they don't talk, but they're kind of just generated NPCs they give you. There's Tank, there's Proof, not Proof from D12, and then Briggs, and then some other guy. I can't remember, Spider. And you play through the campaign and you get money, power, respect, and you level your stats up and you fight for respect, and then you eventually fight D-Mob at the end, who's the main villain of this game who I feel like they based off of Suge Knight, in my opinion, because that's who he kind of reminds me of, especially in the game and stuff. And yeah, this game just had a really good roster of characters. Awesome to have rappers in there. Good wrestling game. This is what I started making content about on my main original YouTube channel as well. Just fun game to play, good wrestling game, cool story mode, cool free mode to play, and one of my favorite fighting games. Because what I like about fighting games like this is they're more simple, they're more basic. I don't really care for fighting games that are like really combo heavy and stuff because I just can't sit there and remember all those damn combos. So yeah, Def Jam Vendetta is a really good game and it's awesome. I like the sound effects in the game too. It just has a lot of cool stuff to it, and there are certain characters in this game that I wish were in Fight for New York, like DMX. I wish he could have been in Fight for New York. Iceberg, who has like the pimp suit on the back, I wish he could have been in the second one. That's why I think this game has a lot of merit because it has a lot of characters in it that were not in Fight for New York. And I do slightly prefer the soundtrack of this one over Fight for New York, I will say, because it's got some more West Coast stuff like Dub C's The Streets with Nate Dogg. But I like both games' soundtrack. But yeah, that's my number six choice, Def Jam Vendetta. Awesome game. They should do a re-release of this or a remaster or a remake because it's a really good game, honestly, and it's amazing. So my number five choice is going to be Marvel Ultimate Alliance, which is an amazing game. This game is amazing. To me, to this day, this is still the best superhero game of all time because it's just so much fun to play. I love the big roster this game has of almost all the Marvel characters. Being able to play as Blade, the Thing, who is one of my favorite characters. You can play as Spider Man, you can play as Iron Man, you can play as Thor, you can play as Wolverine, you can play as Doctor Strange, you can play as Captain America. There's DLC for this game, but you can't get it anymore digitally. You can only get it via the gold edition, which is very expensive. I'd like to get that one day for the 360, but man, does it cost a lot. You get like bonus characters. Activision fucked up remastering this. Yet another remaster not done right. Because when they remastered Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 for the next gen systems, they were digital only. And at first, they didn't even have the extra DLC content. And now you can't even get them anymore. So they screwed that up completely. But this game is incredible. I love this game a lot back in the day. I actually played this on quite a few platforms. I think I played it on the original Xbox. I may have had it for PS2 at one point, but I mainly played it on Xbox 360, and it's an amazing game. It's one of those 360 games that's includes another one, which they don't do that often anymore. But yeah, it's an awesome game. Just an amazing superhero game. I love the roster it has. One of my favorite stages from this game is the clown world area where you fight clowns in a circus. It's just really cool and different for superhero stuff. And I just really like the superhero game just because of all the characters it has. I like the top-down view camera and the gameplay it has. I like being able to control four characters at once. All the characters have costumes to unlock, which is really cool. I mean, this is really superhero gaming at its peak, in my opinion. I put this at the top when it comes to like the best superhero game, just because it's the most fun. It's good with co-op as well, and I just love the roster it has, and I feel like it's a good game with Blade in it. And yeah, it's just great, and it's awesome. The sequel isn't as good though. I still ain't played part three, but that's my number five choice. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, really good game. Number four choice is going to be GTA San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, really good game. I still think this is the best GTA in the series. I just thought that it had like really fun cheat codes. You had interesting story. You had a really cool setting to explore. And I just feel like it was the best GTA to this day. I liked it the most because it was the most fun. Being able to get big at the gym, or you can get fat, or you're skinny, which is cool. All these stats that you can up your driving and you're up your swimming. And I just enjoy the story and the gameplay. And this is just the GTA game I had the most fun playing and going back to all the time. You know, it just had a really good story mode. It was really fun to play. Good sandbox mode game, good open world game. It had good cheat codes in it. I really enjoyed the cheat codes in this game, and I just played it a lot back in the day, and I still think it's the best GTA. It's got really good voice actors in it, and just the most fun, the most well done, the most well-made GTA game to me. And that's why going from this to GTA 4 was kind of like GTA 4. I haven't played that in a long time, but GTA 4, out of all the Rockstar games I played, that's probably my least favorite one. I don't know. That one just didn't have lasting staying power for me compared to other games and stuff like this. I just liked this one a lot more than GTA 4. This was amazing. It's a shame they botched this and the other GTA games, the GTA trilogy re-release. It would have been cool if they properly remade this and the other ones. But yeah, that's my number four choice, GTA San Andreas. Amazing game. Love it a lot. So my number three choice is going to be Def Jam Fight for New York, which is one of the most expensive games I own because it's went up in price a lot. This game is great. Definitely one of my favorite games on the PS2. It's the best Def Jam game in the series. It redefines what Def Jam Vendetta is, built upon it with better fighting, bigger roster. Being able to create your own character and do a story mode was really cool. They have a lot of really cool rappers in this game. New cool ones like Exhibit, Snoop Dogg. You have Slick Rick in this game, Busta Rhymes. Just a lot of cool new rappers they put in here. Snoop Dogg's the villain in this game. Does a really good job. His outfit in this game is very similar to his outfit from the Bones movie. And it's just a really good game. I enjoy the story mode of being able to create your own character. It's awesome. The free mode gameplay you do is really fun. I played this game a lot back in the day. It was one of my most played games on the PS2. It's really fun to play with friends. I played it a lot with friends and four people because it had one to four players if you had that multi tap for PS2 where you hook it up and have four people play. This is a really good co-op game as well because you can play with a lot of people. Had a lot of really cool characters in the game, even non-rappers. There was some awesome character in this game, really cool roster, cool unlockables. Even certain people like Danny Trejo's in this game. You can actually play as Danny Trejo, the actor, who was really cool in this game. You can play as other their own generated characters like what's one of them? Mecha in this game. That's one of them. Sean Paul's in this game. The music artist Sean Paul, which is pretty cool. And just it has really good music as well. And it's just an awesome game. I wish they'd bring back the Def Jam series, do something new with this. Def Jam Icon was the worst one in the series, just nowhere near as good as this or Vendetta at all. But Def Jam Fight for New York was an incredible game, and I loved it a lot. It was amazing, and definitely one of my favorite PlayStation 2 games of all time. And yeah, it's an amazing game, my favorite fighting game. So yeah, that's my number two. That's my number three choice, Def Jam Fight for New York. So my number two choice is going to be Dynasty Warriors 4, and I'm also including Extreme Legends because it's a part of it. Dynasty Warriors 4 is personally my favorite Warriors game because I played it the most as a kid. I have the most nostalgia for it. I enjoy it the most. I love the gritty art style tone that the game has. Most other Warriors games don't have that as much. I love the music in the game. I love the hack and slash gameplay. The costume unlocks for the characters are really cool. It's just a really fun hack and slash game, and it's the best one in the series, in my opinion, just because it has some of the best character designs, the most appealing art style, the dark tone, the really cool music, fun hack and slash gameplay, and it's just awesome. You have Kingdoms of Wei Wushu and other that you can play as all these characters. The three new characters they added were like Kaoren, Zhou and Zenji, and a lot of them are really good in the game, that's for sure. And the game's just awesome. The Extreme Legends content's pretty cool. You have like level 11 weapons because in this game you level your weapon up. You don't collect weapons. Improved AI, five difficulty levels. You get five challenge mode courses. You get extreme mode, legend mode, arena challenge, and legend mode's like individual stages for each character where you unlock your level 11 weapon, which is difficult. And I like how this was challenging as well. I just like how the health. I like even how the health bars look. The health bars look really cool if you can see them. They just look cool. It has really cool sound effects, and I don't know. To me, my favorite Warriors game of all time. Just done the best. I really wish we could have gotten a Warriors Orochi game in the style of this in Samurai Warriors 1. Like if we go back in time, they should have did a Warriors Orochi game after this and SW1 came out because I would love to see those styles combined. The roster wouldn't be as huge, but it would have that gritty, dark tone, and that would have been awesome. Maybe they could do a prequel, Warriors Orochi Zero. I don't know, but Dynasty Warriors 4 is amazing. This game is great. They need to re-release this or remaster this because it's amazing, just like how a lot of the other Warriors games are amazing. That's my number two choice, Dynasty Warriors 4. Incredible. So my number one choice for my all-time favorite PlayStation 2 game is definitely Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 easily. This game is incredible. Really good survival horror game. It has amazing music. It has a really good atmosphere, the village, the castle, the island. It it freaking brought a whole bunch of new stuff to survival horror and over the shoulder stuff. It reinvented the game. It took survival horror and horror games from the fixed camera angles to over the shoulder. and that's like the standard of a lot of new games. This really had an effect on the gaming industry. And this was just a phenomenal game. When I played this as a kid, when I first played it, this game blew me away. This game, it's one of those games that you got to play before you die kind of thing. It's one of those games that I feel like every person has to play at least, even if maybe they're not into it, somebody out there isn't into it. This game is just so damn good, man. And to me, it's the best Resident Evil game, and it's a damn shame that Resident Evil 5 and 6 weren't more like this one, because this one had more horror in it. People argue that, well, if people like Resident Evil 4, I don't understand why they like 5 and 6. Well, the thing with 5 and 6 is they force an AI partner in there, which this game didn't have. They're less horror. They're missing the inventory of Resident Evil 4. So just because Resident Evil 5 and 6 has the same camera angle as this and some elements to it doesn't mean it's as good as it. Those ones were big missteps. They should have been more like Resident Evil 4. It's a damn shame they couldn't follow it up right. But this game was incredible. I like the remake as well, but I still like the original the most. Just really cool atmosphere. I love going through the village. I love going through the castle. I love going through the islands. Really cool enemies in this game, like the Regenerator, the chainsaw guy with the bag over his head. Really good music in this game, good atmosphere, awesome characters like Leon S. Kennedy. My favorite voice for him, Paul Mercier. My favorite voice for Leon, Ada Wong, is in the game. She has a really cool campaign, good voice actress. Sadler is awesome. He's a cool villain, has a cool voice actor in this game. Like him more in this in the remake. Krauser's a really cool character. And it was just a really good game, and it was very fun to play. The Mercenaries mode is really good. Being able to get all the max stars and get the hand cannon unlocked was great. And other cool unlockables like the Mafia suit you can get with Leon, the Knight Armor with Ashley, the RPD outfit for Leon. And this is just survival horror at its finest, Resident Evil at its finest. You can't get any better than this. There still hasn't been any horror game or survival horror game that really surpasses this one, in my opinion. It's just so damn good, done so well. I love it a lot, honestly. And I played this game so much, and I played it on so many platforms. I played this on PS2. I played this on Wii. I played this on Xbox 360. I played this on PS4. Then I played it again, technically through the remake on PS4 as well. And I'll probably continue to play this game many more times in the future whenever I do go back to it because it's amazing. It deserves the success it has, it deserves the popularity it has. It's so damn good, honestly. It's a damn shame 5 and 6 couldn't be more like this. So that's my number one choice, Resident Evil 4. So that's it for my list of top 15 PlayStation 2 games. I did the best I could with this video. I couldn't remember other games as much because I haven't played them in a while, and some of them I didn't own, some of them I didn't even play on PS2, but these were what I would consider like the best of the best when it comes to top PlayStation 2 games. So this is my list and what I have to choose. If there's certain games missing, it's because I probably didn't play them. Like I know one game on PS2 that people say is really good at Shadow of the Colossus, but I never played that myself. So there's just certain games I didn't include because I never played, or maybe ones I didn't think were top. So this is my list. That's it for this video. Peace out.